the Hydra. This is the new Hydra. Yeah, see this right here? And unfortunately, one of his heads broke off last night. So actually, two of his heads have broken off. I can see some pinning needs to be done. Yeah, see the green stuff didn't quite hold. But this right here is probably it's one of my two most favorite units in the whole game. What makes this guy so good? He does way more than what his 175 points cost. He's strength 5, toughness 5, 5 wounds, 4+ armor save for scaly skin. That's okay. He's got eternal hatred. That's pretty darn good. 7 attacks. That's right, 7 attacks. He also can breathe fire, and he has regenerate to put it on top of all that. So this guy's a freaking insane. There are 2 Beastmasters that come with him, and they each have 2 attacks. So, and actually it's 3 because they have a Scourge and a hand weapon. And basically the Scourge gives them armor piercing, so it's strength 3 -1 armor save. I'll do, as you can see, own one of these. I do plan to get a second one for some of the power gamers in our area. 2 of these bad boys in one game. That's just pretty darn sick. But you know, you heard me make reference to the Zoo Army. That's an army back in 6th edition where basically the Dark Elves is one of the few that could do it. A Zoo Army would consist of like 2 of these guys, Cold One Knights, Cold One Chariots, minimum core units, maybe Dark Riders, maybe Harpies, and then a Lord on a Dragon, and then a hero on a Manticore. So you've got like 4 terror-causing units, multi-wounds. It's, you know, against the Horde army, the Zoo might not do well, but it's a fast, hard-hitting army. I want to play that sometime. But anyways, hope you enjoyed going through the units. We're next going to talk about the magic, and we're going to talk about magic items, and of course the assassin. Alright, now we're talking about the assassin. What's cool about the assassin is he no longer takes, yeah, his hand, it fell off. You can see there's a little shiny spot. The assassin in the previous book took a hero choice. He doesn't take a hero choice anymore. The assassin, you just spend the points. He's 90 points. You can add like up to 75 more points. So he's pretty good for what he does. The assassin, he can start the game in most of your infantry, such as spearmen, crossbowmen, corsairs, shades, which we already talked about, witch elves. He can start in executioners or blackguard. So it's just, this guy has 3 attacks. You give him a hand weapon, 4 attacks. He has the always strike first rule, which, you know, high elves have that. He has hatred. He has poisoned attacks. He's a scout. Weapon skill 9, initiative 10. This guy is going to go before probably almost every character in the whole game. What makes this guy so cool is you could have multiple of these, but you know, it gets sort of expensive. But is he can have 75 points of Cainite items. These are sort of like magic items. They're called gifts of Cain, but it's sort of like magic items for assassins, witch elves. So these guys have, without reading each one, they've got, you can have like a ward save, you can have like throwing stars. There's 3 different kinds of poisons that he can use in lieu of his standard poison. One thing to note is you can give him the Venom Sword. This guy can actually truly be an assassin. Basically, the Venom Sword is if you do a wound to whatever, a character, a dragon, or whatever, if they take a wound, you know, unsaved wound, then they have to take a toughness test on 2d6 or lose all remaining wounds. That is freaking awesome. If you can somehow manage to damage that Khorne demon or dragon, then you got a good chance of killing him. Now, like I said, he's 75. You get 75 points, and that sword is 75 points. Have not used him yet. If you look online, almost every list has one. I've got an upcoming game with an Empire player. I'm going to probably spring the assassin on him then. So that covers the assassin. Yeah, it was short, sort of fast, but I didn't want to read all the special abilities and, I mean, all the special rules and gifts that he can have. But the assassin, bottom line is, he's worth it now. Wasn't really worth it in the previous book, and mainly because he doesn't take up a hero slot. That's why he's worth it. Alright, now we're going to go into the magic phase. The Dark Elves, like I alluded to earlier in the previous video, they had a +1 to cast. Now in this edition of their book, they don't have that +1 anymore. But what they did gain